In the quiet moments, that's where I'll find a little room to breathe and leave it all behind. Give me room to breathe, I need some time to heal my heart, to clear my mind. Gonna love myself, yeah, I believe in the power of me. Just give me room to breathe.
Great new day, everyone. Welcome back to another Room to Breathe podcast. I'm your host, Life Coach 614, and I just want to take a moment to say that I am truly grateful that you've made space to be here with us today. Now, before we jump into today's episode, let me ask you all for a quick moment of love and support. If you are feeling the energy in this space, go ahead and tap that screen, like, comment, but most importantly, I need you to share this out with someone who could use a little healing energy. And if this is your first time here, or you've been watching and you haven't hit that follow button yet, what are you waiting on? Go ahead and subscribe to our channel so that way you can stay connected whenever a new episode drops, because you deserve to stay poured into. And I want to also personally invite you to check out our digital home at theselfcareclub.org, where you will find everything you need, from affirmative apparel to motivational merch, as well as a ton of free resources to, just help support your growth, your healing, and the journey back to yourself. And if you're ready for a deeper level of connection, I want to invite you to join us inside the Room2Breathe Project community over on School. See, that's our safe space where we're not just talking about healing. We are actively doing the work together through the real conversations, real support, real growth, and community. I want you all to know that you don't have to do any of this alone. Like I said, we're healing together in community, growing one breath, one moment, one day at a time. So today, I really just encourage you to give yourself permission to pause, permission to reflect, permission to make space for peace, for growth, but most importantly for you. And, if something in today's episode speaks to your heart, if it sits well in your spirit, don't be shy. Drop those green hearts in the chat. That is how we say, I am healing, I am growing, and I am showing for me. Now, let's get ready to breathe, reflect, and grow together. Together being the key word. We in this together, y'all. Thank you for those green hearts. Welcome in, Lady Blue. Miss Tiffany, I see you in the building. Hey, Dwayne. And we got Wasted Wellness in the house. Hey. Hey, girl, hey. So listen, guys, I'm excited. I'm super excited about today. And it's so funny because typically Mondays get like this bad rap, right? Like Mondays are always like, blah, it's our first day back. We got to go to work. But hopefully what we're doing in here kind of flips the script on that for you. This is our very first Music Motivates Monday, where we find the message in the lyrics. And when I think about music, I have to admit, music has always been more than entertainment for me. Music has comforted me. Music has challenged me. Music has spoken for me when I just simply did not have the words. MK, welcome in, bro. Right? Sometimes a song can become a mirror. Grand Risings King. Sometimes a song can be a prayer. Sometimes it becomes the conversation that your soul has been waiting to hear. And that's what this series is all about. Every Monday, we are going to listen beyond the beat and discover the life lesson hidden inside the lyrics. Now, before we play, I want to start off by checking in with you guys. On a scale from 1 to 10, how heavy has life been for you this past week? No explanations. Just drop a number in the comments between 1 and 10. How heavy has life felt this past week? I see 100. I see 10. Another 10. Okay. And again, this is a judgment-free zone, y'all. So no explanations needed. Just us being honest. Trusting, that your honesty is safe in this space. A -0. Okay. That's different. A 7. A 10. Or what was that supposed to be, a 10? And it showed up as a -0. Got you. I was like, that's different. Like, that girl is healed over there. She ain't got no stress. Which I would like that for you too, friend. Okay. Wait, let me check YouTube over here. Okay, we got an 8. Welcome in, Miss Roxy. I see you. And Sonia, welcome in. So yeah, I mean, again, first and foremost, let me thank you guys for trusting this space. And just know that I don't take your presence here lightly. And I'm hoping that by the end of this live stream, we do something about those 10s. And I think that this is the perfect song to help us through those 8, 9, 10s. Okay? 39.5 bricks. 39.5. So yeah. And you know what I'm going to ask you to do today as we work through this song, you guys, don't just listen to the music. I need y'all to put y'all lyric ears on. Okay. I want you to listen for the lyrics. And anytime we do a music one day, I want you to ask yourself, what is this song trying to teach me? What is this song trying to teach me? Because y'all know Coach is sneaky for hiding lessons in lyrics, okay? So again, I need you to ask yourself, what is this song trying to teach me? What does this lady want me to know from listening to this song? Or what does she want me to get from listening to this song? So today's song is Girl, Just Breathe from the Overflow album by me, Room2Breathe. And so I'm going to go ahead and just press play on the song, and then we're going to break it down, okay? Let's go.
Hey, come here for a second. I can see it on your face. You've been trying to thug it out all day. Heart heavy, mind racing, trying to hold back them tears like crying makes you weak. I feel you. But sis, you ain't gotta be a soldier every damn minute. You ain't gotta push through everything by yourself. You ain't gotta sit in silence like nobody cares. I see you, for real. Then before you break down in the bathroom, the car, the kitchen floor, wherever you always fall apart alone. Let me tell you something, you keep forgetting, girl. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, 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 yeah. Breathe, breathe, yeah. Breathe. Look, you've been carrying the whole hood, your family, your job, your kids, your mama's stress, your man's mess. And you still trying to smile through it, but inside you tired, I mean so tired. Yeah, I know. You ain't slept good, you ain't there right. Your phone stay blowing up with people who only call when they need something. And you still think taking a breath is doing too much. Nah, come here, breathe when you slow. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Oh, just breathe. Life been swinging at you, just breathe, just breathe. You've been carrying too much, just breathe, just breathe. Let that weight fall off, just breathe, just breathe. Yeah, breathe, let it go. Ooh, girl, just breathe. You ain't gotta prove nothing, then just breathe. You ain't gotta hold the world up, just breathe. Bring it back to you, just breathe. Ooh, I know what what it's like to have your heart beating out your chest, cause you trying to stay strong when everything inside you is screaming I can't. I know that panic, that pressure, that hold it together face you put on even when you breaking, you not alone, I swear. Now, right now, I need you to let go of that tough girl that's killing you. Slow motion, let's breathe, sis. Let yourself feel, let yourself be human. Real talk, just breathe. You ain't gotta be the hero today. You ain't gotta carry everybody's pain. Let the air fill you back up where the world drains you. Breathe, girl, just breathe. Make room for the tears, it's okay if they fall. Make room for the silence, it's okay to go quiet. Make room for the healing, it's okay to not be okay. I promise it's gonna be okay. Let it out, you deserve a moment. Let it out, where your soul ain't fighting for its life. Let it out, where your heart ain't walking on eggshell. Let it out, where you can finally just be. Come back to your breath, come back to your body. Come back to the real you, not the version everybody drains. Feel yourself grounding, feel your chest loosen. Feel your soul getting steady again. Say it with me. I'm still here. Still here. Yeah, I'm still strong. Still strong. I'm still breathing. Still breathing. Breathe. Still here. Still you. Breathe. Still here. Just breathe. Just like that. Just breathe. Let your shoulders drop. Just breathe. Just breathe. Let that pain go quiet. Just breathe. Just breathe. Let your heart come home. Girl. Just breathe. 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 Just breathe. 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 Just breathe. Listen. Anytime life feels too heavy, anytime you feel like you can't make it, anytime the world try to break you, you're not alone. You're stronger than you feel, and you're one breath away from grounding your soul. Girl, just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, just breathe.
All right, you guys. So that is Girl Just Breathe by Room2Breathe. And the question that we have, or the question that I posed before we played the song was, what is this song trying to teach me? What is Coach saying? And so I want to break it down, and we're going to start from the beginning. Okay? We're going to start from the beginning. Because let me ask you, what's the very first thing you noticed in the song? Maybe it was a feeling in your body. Maybe it was a particular lyric that you heard. What's the first thing that you noticed in that song? A calm tempo. Okay. Melody said, I'm not alone. And it was Wasted Wellness who said calm tempo. I'm trying to say names so y'all get to know each other. Melody said somebody understands. Okay. Queen said that I've been thugging it out way too long. Yes. Kim says that I need to slow down and breathe. Roxy says freedom and an invitation. Yes. And there's no right or wrong answer, right? We all get different things from music. And so I'm going to point out the actual lyrics for you guys, right? Wasted Wellness said it's going to be okay. Just breathe. Yes. And so the very first thing that was important to me in the song was that someone finally saw her, right? The first words of the song weren't instructions. right? They were observations. You know, the lyrics begin with, "Hey, come here for a second. I could see it on your face. You've been trying to thug it out all day. Heart heavy, mind racing, trying to hold back them tears like crying makes you weak." And then she said, "I feel you, but sis." So it's like, that's the first time that she finally felt seen, right? And so before telling her what to do, before offering any advice, before trying to fix anything, somebody simply noticed her. And you know, that really matters, because I think that so many of us move through life hoping that somebody will just see past the smile that we've perfected. I think that we've become so good at saying the right things and wearing the right expressions that people assume that we are okay, even when we're barely holding ourselves together. In fact, can I ask y'all something? When someone asks you how you're doing, what's your automatic response? Is it, "I'm good, I'm fine, I'm just tired"? Or do you actually tell the truth? I think that so many of us have become experts at hiding. Yeah, I see several "I'm okays." Mars says it depends on the person. Okay. Good point. So Queen says she usually says "I'm fine" because it's not like they really want to know. Yes. And that's what I was saying. You know, I think that so many of us have become experts at hiding. You know, we've learned how to smile. We laugh. We show up for work. We take care of the kids. We answer the texts. We keep everybody else going, right? We keep everybody else's world moving. Meanwhile, we breaking down in the bathroom, in the car, in the shower, on the kitchen floor, exactly like the song describes. And, you know, isn't it interesting how we save our tears for the places where nobody can see them? Because somewhere along the way, I think many of us were taught that falling apart in public meant that we weren't strong. So we wait until we are alone to finally let ourselves feel. But here's what I love about the song. The song isn't written to tell you how to fix your life. It starts with compassion. It starts by saying, "I see you." And, you know, sometimes healing doesn't begin because somebody gave us the perfect advice, right? It begins because somebody finally made us feel like we didn't have to hide anymore. So let me take this opportunity to say this to anybody listening who needed to hear it today. I see you. I see the weight that you've been carrying. I see the smile that you've been forcing. I see the strength that you've been trying to hold together. And I just want to remind you that you don't have to pretend in this space. I want you guys to think about who has really seen you lately. And you know, here's even another question to sit with. When was the last time you allowed yourself to be seen? Welcome in, Farah. I think it's time that we stop glorifying survival. Yeah, we're not used to compassion. You're absolutely right. And so again, I think that it's time that we stop glorifying survival. You know, the song says, "You ain't got to be a soldier every damn minute." And like that right there, like that should take some of y'all out right there. Somebody telling you ain't got to be a soldier every damn minute, right? I think that line alone could have been the entire song, because I think that somewhere along the way, we started celebrating survival instead of healing. We praise the person who never calls off work, the one who keeps showing up no matter how tired they are, the one who's always available, the one who keeps giving even when they have nothing left to give. We call them strong. But what if they're just exhausted? What if they've simply never felt like they had permission to put the weight down? Somewhere along the way, we started celebrating survival, being the strong one, being the dependable one, the one that everybody calls, the one that everybody leans on, the one who never asks for help, the one who always says, don't worry about it, I got it. Welcome in, Nikki. Right? The one who never asks for help. If that's been your role, right? If you resonate with that person way too much, go ahead and type strong friend in the comments. If you know what it's like to be dependable, the one that everybody leans on, just type strong friend. Yep. I got a lot of strong friends in the building, I see. Now let me ask all my strong friends out there. Who's taking care of you? Who takes care of the strong ones? I mean, seriously. When everybody comes to you, who do you go to? When everybody expects you to have the answers, who gives you permission to say, I don't know? We tell ourselves, I got it. I'll figure it out. I'll push through. We tell ourselves, I don't want to be a burden. Exactly. I wish y'all could all see each other's comments, because when I ask the question of who do you go to, everybody's answer is me, yourself. But we do this until pushing through becomes our entire personality, until we don't know how to ask for help anymore. And it sounds like that's where a lot of us are, right? Dependent solely on ourselves because we ain't got nobody else to depend on. And the truth is that some of us have worn the strong friend title for so long that we've convinced ourselves that that is our identity. We don't know how to receive because we've spent our whole lives giving. And family, yes, strength is beautiful. Resilience is admirable, but constant survival is just exhausting. You were never created to live in emergency mode every single day. Real strength isn't pretending that nothing affects you. Real strength is having the courage to admit when something does. And so this week, I just want you to think about, whether you're being strong or if you're just surviving, because those are not the same things. Exactly, Mars. It is definitely a form of self-abandonment. And I'm just going to go ahead and tell you that you've been carrying too much. This brings me to one of my favorite lines of the song. Because when I say that this is one of the realest songs I've ever written, your family, your job, your kids, your mama's stress, your man's mess. Did y'all catch that in the song? You've been carrying the whole hood. Let me put it up on the screen because I think it is important for us to say this. The song says you've been carrying the whole hood, your family, your job, your kids, your mama's stress, and your man's mess. Right. That's just listing off all the responsibilities. Welcome in, Cardi. Right? And it starts with her responsibilities, but do y'all notice how it shifts and little by little it becomes everybody else? Your family, okay, that's your responsibility. Your job, okay, cool. Your kids, cool. But then it's like your mama's stress, your man's mess, right? It's like little by little, it all of a sudden everybody else's problems, everybody else's burden becomes her problem. Welcome in, Papa Smurf. That's exactly how that burnout happens, right? Rarely does burnout come from one major event. Most of the time, it's the result of carrying a little extra today, a little more tomorrow, saying yes one more time, answering one more phone call, solving one more problem, until one day you wake up wondering why you're so exhausted. We don't notice the weight because we've picked it up one person at a time. And before long, we're carrying things that were never ours to hold. And I'm talking about other people's expectations, other people's disappointments, other people's choices, other people's emotions, even other people's consequences. Then we wonder why we feel so heavy. I want you guys to finish this sentence in the comments. I'm tired of carrying blank. I want you guys to put a word or a phrase. I'm tired of carrying blank. I'm tired of carrying, maybe it's guilt. Maybe it's expectations. Good one. Brooke says, I'm tired of carrying my past. Maybe it's trying to keep everybody happy. Maybe it's pretending that you're okay. Kim says, I'm tired of carrying their disrespect. Cardi says, I'm tired of carrying the debt. I'm tired of carrying the resentment, the family dysfunctions. I'm tired of, carrying the need to fix everybody. Right? Or maybe it's the pressure that you've been putting on yourself. Miss Roxy said that she's tired of carrying the expectations that are not hers and keeping fake peace. Yes. Whatever it is that comes to your mind, I don't want you to ignore it. Okay? Lachey Renee, welcome in. I don't want you to ignore it because that's probably the area that has been asking for your attention. And if you're a person of faith, it may be the very thing that God has been gently inviting you to release. I think that sometimes we keep praying for peace while holding on to the very thing that is still in our peace. And so I want you to hear me when I say that compassion doesn't require self-sacrifice. You can support people without saving them. You can pray for people without carrying their burdens. You can love people deeply without carrying their lives on your back. I think that one of the healthiest boundaries that you'll ever learn is that just because you care doesn't mean that you're responsible for carrying it. Sometimes the most loving thing that you can do for yourself and for someone else is to put the weight back where it belongs. And I think that for many of us, we don't realize that our body has been talking. Right? Like the lyrics even shift to say, you ain't slept good, you ain't ate right. And I love this part of the song because, this is where it begins to talk about what's happening around her. I'm sorry, I stopped talking about what's happening around her and I start talking about what's happening inside of her. Because see, there are a lot of circumstances that goes on around us, but there are also a lot of things that are happening inside of us. And so I want you guys to notice something. Before your mind says it's overwhelmed, your body typically says it first. The problem is many of us have gotten so used to functioning in survival that we've stopped paying attention to the signals. We normalize being tired. We normalize stress. Welcome in, Raven. We normalize pushing through until our bodies have no choice but to get louder. Because stress has a language. And if you don't know, stress fluently speaks headache, tight shoulders, clenched jaw, no sleep, brain fog, constant fatigue, overeating or undereating. Welcome in, Amber. Right? Stress knows all about an upset stomach and feeling anxious for no reason, losing your patience over the little things. Those aren't always random inconveniences. Sometimes they're your body's way of waving a white flag and saying, hey, remember me? I need you to slow down. Our bodies don't betray us. They communicate with us. And if we ignore the whispers for too long, eventually they'll start screaming. That's why self-care isn't just about these bubble baths and spa days. Sometimes self-care looks like listening to your body before it reaches the point of burnout. It looks like honoring your need for rest instead of pushing through one more day. It looks like making that doctor's appointment that you've been putting off. It looks like drinking the water, eating the meal, taking the walk, getting the sleep, and simply sometimes just sitting in silence for a few minutes. I want you to think about how stress shows up in your body. Does it settle in your shoulders? Does it keep you awake at night? Does it make you emotionally reactive? Does it make you withdraw from people? Because again, it affects us all differently. And once you start thinking about it, once you can start, reconnecting with what your body is trying to tell you, not only will it help you become more aware of your own patterns, but somebody else may read your comment, or, if you decide to share that with someone, maybe somebody else will realize that they're not alone. Right? Queen said unhealthy eating. I'm sure somebody else in here can resonate with that. Be it overeating or undereating. Right? Kim said, I made that appointment. Yes. Go, Kim. Go, Kim. But again, we have to begin to understand that, we need to normalize paying attention to ourselves before our bodies are forced to start screaming at us. Because I don't believe that our bodies are working against us. I think that they are working for us. But the question is, are we listening? And one of the things that I want to point out in the song, down to the title, right? The chorus just keeps repeating over and over again. Girl, just breathe, 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 right? It's simple. It's almost too simple, right? Because isn't that how life is sometimes? The very thing that we need the most is often the thing that we overlook because it's too basic. But notice the song doesn't say, go fix everything, figure everything out. The song doesn't tell you to save everybody, have all the answers, or carry one more burden. The song simply says, girl, just breathe. Because before you can change your situation, you have to calm your nervous system. Before you can think clearly, you have to create a little space between you and the pressure. And sometimes that space starts with something as simple as one intentional breath. So let's actually do that together. Wherever you are, if it's safe to do so, I want you to relax your shoulders. I want you to unclench your jaw. And I want you to just breathe. Take a slow, deep breath in. Hold it. And now let it go. Again, inhale. And exhale. One more time. Inhale, peace. Exhale, pressure. Inhale, peace. And exhale, pressure. How many of you just realized that before I asked you to, you were holding your breath? Not just physically, but emotionally. Holding your breath through the stress. Welcome in, Cal. Holding your breath through the uncertainty. Right? Holding your breath, waiting for the next thing to go wrong. Auntie, welcome in. It took years for me to realize that I've been holding my breath since I was 7 years old. I don't even know how I made it to 47. 40 years of holding my breath. It's crazy work. If you actually took the breath with me, drop a green heart. Let's remind each other that we're choosing to pause instead of panic. And no, one breath won't fix your whole life. One breath won't erase grief. It won't magically solve every problem waiting for you, when this episode is over. But it might stop you from sending the text that you'll regret. It might keep you from saying yes when you really mean no. It might keep you, or it might interrupt the spiral of anxious thoughts before they take over. Sometimes one breath creates just enough space between the trigger and the response. Exactly, Melody. It is a start. That one breath creates space between the emotion and the decision, between surviving and choosing peace. And that's why breathing is so powerful. It's not because it changes everything around you. It's because it changes everything that is happening within you. Family, never underestimate, what one intentional breath can do. Sometimes the most courageous thing that you can do isn't to keep pushing, it's to pause long enough to breathe. And let yourself be human. The lyrics in the song literally say, let yourself feel, let yourself be human. And can we just normalize that? Because I think that somewhere along the way, many of us were taught that being human was something to hide. We learned that crying equals weakness, rest equals laziness, needing help equals failure. Saying I'm overwhelmed meant that you weren't strong enough. Taking a break means that you were falling behind. But none of that is actually true. The truth is, emotions are a part of the human experience. Emotions are a part of the human experience. You can't selectively numb pain without dulling joy. You can't suppress disappointment without eventually suppressing hope. What we refuse to feel, we often end up carrying. And that's a really heavy burden. I think that one of the greatest gifts that we can give ourselves is permission to stop pretending. Permission to have a hard day. Permission to grieve what we've lost. Permission to say, I'm not okay today. Permission to laugh without guilt. Permission to rest without explaining ourselves. Permission to simply be human. Because here's the thing, healing doesn't ask you to be perfect. Healing is just asking you to be honest. I want you guys to complete this sentence. I give myself permission to blank. Put it in the comments. Fill in the blank. I give myself permission to maybe cry. I give myself permission to rest, to say no, to start over. Beyond Anxiety says I give myself permission to feel. Good one. Maybe it's to ask for help, to set the boundaries, to choose myself, right? That's a big one for me. I give myself permission to choose me. I give myself permission to stop for a few moments. Good one, Melody. Kim says I give myself permission to not over-explain. Yes. And, you know, honestly, in this season right now, I give myself permission to celebrate me. Auntie says I give myself permission to not carry other people's burdens. Yes. You know, whatever it is, just give yourself permission to heal. Welcome in, Janet. Ooh, Sonia says I give myself permission to walk away. Yes, whatever it is, right? Type it, speak it, claim it. Yes, I give myself permission to celebrate me. And you know, sometimes healing begins the moment we give ourselves permission, right? And you know, when you're reading someone else's response, encourage them. Like the moment I said I give myself permission, y'all in the chat like, yes, girl, yes. Like we need that. We need to encourage each other. We need to lift each other up. And you know, honestly, you never know whose permission slip might become the courage that someone else needed to write their own. When you show up unapologetically healing, you're giving the people around you permission to do the same. Welcome in, Butterfly. Welcome in, Elle. I want you to remember that you don't have to earn the right to be human. You already are. And there's absolutely nothing wrong with honoring the person behind the responsibilities. We should all give ourselves permission to celebrate me. Not me, but you. Like, celebrate ourselves. Come back to yourself. Another one of my favorite parts of the song is come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Come back to the real you. Right? Let me make sure I get the whole verse down for you guys. Because there's a whole word in this. So the full breakdown of this section says, hey, hold on. Auntie, you ain't never celebrated yourself. Yeah, listen. We celebrate you, Auntie. We see you. And I need y'all to love on Auntie because she's not the only one. You know, it takes us years sometimes to realize that we're not celebrating ourselves. And like Melody said, now is the time. We see you. We celebrate you. Because if you've done nothing else in life, you made it to this day. And I think that a lot of times we see everybody else winning. We see everybody else glowing or, you know, everybody else's glow up, all the other highlight reels. We're constantly comparing ourselves to other people thinking that we're falling short. So we celebrate you, Auntie, because if you've done nothing else, and I know you've done something else, girl, but if you've done nothing else, you made it to this moment. There is a song by Inga Rose called I Celebrate Me. And Auntie, I really suggest that you listen to that song, girl, because that is one of my hype songs. Again, her name is Inga Rose. And the song is called I Celebrate Me. After the podcast, if you're still around here, I'm going to play it for y'all because that is a song right there where it says, you know what? I'm taking back my power. If don't nobody else see me, I see me. So we see you. And nobody else can give you permission to celebrate you. Hey, Shamika. Nobody else can give you permission to celebrate you. You give it to yourself. So, everybody, give yourself permission to celebrate you. Yes. And that's the point where, again, you come back to yourself, right? The lyrics say, come back to your breath, come back to your body, come back to the real you, not the version everybody drains. Feel yourself grounding, feel your chest loosening, feel your soul getting steady again. I don't know about you, but to me, that feels less like a lyric and more like an open invitation. An invitation to return back to yourself. Because life has a way of pulling us away from who we really are. Right? Little by little, we become who everyone else needs us to be. The dependable one, the fixer, the people pleaser, the overachiever. The one who always says yes and the one who never complains. Until one day we wake up and realize that we've spent so much time taking care of everybody else's needs that we've lost touch with our own. That's why I love that lyric so much. It doesn't say become somebody different or become another person. It says come back. Come back to your breath. Come back to your body. Come back to your peace. Come back to the version of yourself that existed before burnout convinced you that your worth was tied to your productivity. Come back to the woman who laughed freely, dreamed boldly, rested without guilt, loved his or herself without an apology. The real you, not the version that everybody benefited from, not the version that is constantly performing, and not the version who keeps everybody else comfortable while quietly abandoning themselves. The version of you that feels whole. The version that feels at home within herself. So I want to ask y'all something. Who are you becoming? Not who were you? Not who does everybody expect you to be? But who are you becoming? Just one word. The first word that comes to mind. Who are you becoming? Maybe it's peaceful, free, confident, healing, grounded, soft. Girl, I love me a good soft life, auntie. Yes. Joyful. Melody said, I'm becoming me. Yes. Hopeful, authentic, unapologetic, safe. Yes, Kim, I am becoming safe. Or, maybe your word is something completely your own. Whatever it is, right? Whatever it is, I want you to claim that. No longer a product of society or my raising. Yes. And I love these moments because every answer just simply becomes a reminder that healing doesn't look the same for everyone, right? Butterfly says free to be. And everybody's answer looks different. Somebody else's peaceful may inspire someone who's still searching for peace. Somebody else's free may encourage someone who's still learning to let go. Your word could be exactly what another person needs to see today. And that's the whole beauty of self-care, family. It's not about becoming someone new. It's about remembering who you were before life convinced you that you had to earn your worth. It's about peeling back the layers of survival, releasing the masks, quieting the noise, and finally coming home to yourself. And I want each and every one of you to know that you're just one breath away from that. The song closes by saying, you're stronger than you feel, and you're one breath away from grounding yourself. And I really love ending the song with that, because notice what the song doesn't promise. The song doesn't promise perfection. It doesn't promise that every problem is going to disappear tomorrow. It doesn't promise that grief is going to go away overnight, or that life is suddenly going to become easy. Instead, it promises something that is much more realistic, grounding. And honestly, sometimes that's all we need, right? Not a miracle, not all the answers, not a 5-year plan, just enough peace to take the next step. Just enough clarity to make the next healthy decision. Just enough strength to get through today. I think that sometimes we put so much pressure on ourselves to have everything figured out that we overlook the power of simply being present. And healing doesn't ask you to have the whole staircase mapped out. Sometimes it just asks you to take the next step. And sometimes that next step begins with one intentional breath. Twista, welcome in. Thank you for the heart meets. Again, healing isn't usually one giant breakthrough. It's 1,000 small decisions made over time. One boundary, one conversation, one apology, one act of forgiveness, one therapy session. Misunderstood, welcome in. One good night's rest, one glass of water, one walk outside, one prayer, one choice to try again tomorrow. Just one breath at a time. That's how transformation happens. Not all at once, but one faithful decision after another. So if you've been feeling discouraged because your healing doesn't look dramatic, I want to encourage you today. Don't underestimate the small steps. Celebrate the fact that you are still here. Celebrate the fact that you are still trying. Celebrate the fact that you press play on this episode because some part of you still believes that healing is possible. Because all of that matters. Before we close things out, I want us to do one final check-in. I want you guys to take one more deep breath with me. Inhale. Hold it. Now exhale slowly. Notice how your body feels. Notice if your shoulders have relaxed just a little. If you didn't notice anything, inhale. Exhale. Notice if your thoughts have slowed down, even just for a moment. See, that's the power of creating space. That is the power and the beauty of making room to breathe. I want you to know that you don't have to heal your whole life today. You don't have to carry tomorrow before it even gets here. You don't have to have every answer before you take the next step. Today, just breathe. Because sometimes the greatest act of self-care isn't doing more. It is trusting that one breath, one choice, and one day at a time is enough to keep moving forward. The song is called Girl, Just Breathe. And what a way to begin a Music Motivates Monday, right? Today we learned that Girl, Just Breathe isn't simply a song. I wrote it to give us permission. Permission to stop performing. Permission to stop carrying what was never yours. Permission to feel. Permission to rest. Permission to remember that before you are everybody's, everything else to everybody else, that you're a human being. And this week, I challenge you, before you answer the text, before you react to the situation, before you say yes to something that you know you don't have the capacity for, I want you to pause and just breathe. To take one deep breath, one intentional deep breath. And then I want you to ask yourself, what do I need right now? As we close out, I'm going to play the song for us one more time. And I want you to put in the chat, what message do you hear in the lyrics? What's one thing that you're giving yourself permission to breathe through this week? And you know, if you don't have no words right now, that's fine. That's fine. Read somebody else's comments and maybe take a moment to encourage them. Healing is powerful, but healing a community is transformational. So we're going to play the song one more time. And I want y'all to keep listening, right? And like I said, just share what is resonating with you in this moment as we close out today. Again, this is Girl Just Breathe by Room2Breathe.
Hey, come here for a second. I can see it on your face. You've been trying to thug it out all day. Heart heavy, mind racing, trying to hold back them tears like crying makes you weak. I feel you. But sis, you ain't gotta be a soldier every damn minute. You ain't gotta push through everything by yourself. You ain't gotta sit in silence like nobody cares. I see you, for real. And before you break down in the bathroom, the car, the kitchen floor, wherever you always fall apart alone, let me tell you something you keep forgetting, girl. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Yeah, breathe, breathe, yeah, breathe. Breathe. Look, you've been carrying the whole hood, your family, your job, your kids, your mama's stress, your man's mess. And you still trying to smile through it, but inside you tired, I mean so tired. Yeah, I know. You ain't slept good, you ain't ate right. Your phone stay blowing up with people who only call when they need something. And you still think taking a breath is doing too much. Nah, come here, breathe when you slow. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe. Just breathe, 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 breathe. Oh. Life been swinging at you, just breathe, just breathe. You've been carrying too much, just breathe, just breathe. Let that weight fall off, just breathe, just breathe. Yeah, breathe, let it go, ooh girl, just breathe. You ain't gotta prove nothing then, just breathe. You ain't gotta hold the world, just breathe. Bring it back to you, just breathe, ooh. I know what it's like to have your heart beating out your chest, cause you trying to stay strong when everything inside you is screaming I can't. I know that panic, that pressure, that hold it together face you put on even when you breaking, you not alone, I swear. Right now, I need you to let go of that tough girl it's killing you. So much, just breathe, sis. Let yourself feel, let yourself be human. Real talk, just breathe. You ain't gotta be the hero today. You ain't gotta carry everybody pain. Let the air fill you back up where the world drains you. Breathe, girl, just breathe. Make room for the tears, it's okay if they fall. Make room for the silence, it's okay to go quiet. Make room for the healing, it's okay to not be okay. I promise it's gonna be okay. Let it out, you deserve a moment. Let it out, where your soul ain't fighting for its life. Let it out, where your heart ain't walking on eggshell. Let it out, where you can finally just be. Come back to your breath, come back to your body. Come back to the real you, not the version everybody drains. Feel yourself grounded, feel your chest loosen, feel your soul getting steady again. Say it with me. I'm still here, still here. Yeah, I'm still strong, still strong. I'm still breathing, still breathing. Breathe, still here, still you. Breathe, still here, just breathe, just like that. Just breathe, let your shoulders drop. Just breathe, just breathe. Let that pain go quiet. Just breathe, just breathe. Let your heart come home, girl. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe. Listen. Anytime life feels too heavy, anytime you feel like you can't make it, anytime the world try to break you, you're not alone. You're stronger than you feel, and you're one breath away from grounding your soul. Girl, just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, breathe, breathe. Just breathe, just breathe, 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 breathe. Just breathe, 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 breathe.
All right, guys. Thank you guys so much for being here today. I hope you guys enjoyed our breakdown, behind the lyrics of Girl Just Breathe by Room2Breathe. And, before we close out today's episode, I like to always leave you with a little extra love and a whole lot of light. So, as always, I am here to remind you to keep breathing. Through the highs, the lows, and every single moment in between, just keep breathing. I want you to choose peace, even if it feels out of reach, even on the days that it doesn't come easy. And I need you to hear me when I tell you that you are not alone. Here at the Room2Breathe community, you will always be seen. You are valued and you are supported exactly as you are. And again, if you're looking for a place to stay connected beyond this episode, a space where you can be poured into and supported and grow alongside others who are on their healing journey, I invite you to join us inside the Room2Breathe Project community over on School. That is where the conversations continue and where the real work happens together. So don't shrink. Don't silence yourself and don't talk yourself out of a space that you deserve. I want to encourage you to take up space, speak your truth, and make a little room for you to breathe. I love each and every one of you to life, and I am praying that your day is not just amazing, but aligned and intentional, and yes, on purpose, filled with nothing but purpose. This has been another Room2Breathe podcast, and I cannot wait to connect with you all again soon. Thank you.
In this journey, I'm always rising.